Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. Oh man, I just finished a 2-hour kickboxing workout, and immediately after that workout I came and got a massage. That to me made a lot of sense. 2 hours leading by example, getting in there, kicking butt. Let me see if I can get this freaking thing better for you guys, because I gotta talk to you. This is super important. All right, so after a 2-hour kickboxing workout, leading by example, creating a higher level of culture. You know, I know a lot of people are closed during this time, and that's fine. That's fine. But I needed the workout anyways after grubbing out on all that dry age prime rib, which was phenomenal. So I'm ever mindful of that. You know, we also have day camp going on in both locations, full classes, rocking it, and people need us. People need us, and we're really good about that, okay? But with that said, as I'm already preparing for 2017, and the reason that is, you'll hear me say this a lot to you. You have to live here and there, right? We're always here and we're always there. What is here? Open the door, take the money, teach the classes, you know, go to my kids' swimming class, work out, get good sleep, all those different things. There's always there. And there is what your business is going to look like in the next 3 to 5 years. What is it going to look like? How many locations? How much revenue? How many team members? You know, what position are you going to be in time-wise? Do you want to be in the school, out of the school? Do you want to work 2 hours a week? Do you want to not work at all? All those different things you need to factor in. So with that said, with 2017, if we're going to make 2017 the best ever, we need to learn. We need to learn from everything that happened in 2016. I was just listening to Darren Hardy, and he's somebody I just admire. I admire Darren Hardy a lot. I listen to his stuff a lot. It intrigues me. So one of the things he talked about in preparing for 2017, which ironically I do already, is I go back over the whole year. And how do I do that? Well, first thing I do is I'll go into my Facebook. And seriously, I will look at everywhere I've traveled to in the past year. And oh my God, this past year has been incredible. I was in Mallorca, Spain. I was in Germany from east to west, traveling all the way across on trains. I was in Seattle, Washington, Springfield, New York. I was in North Carolina. I was in Tampa. I was in Disneyland with my kids a couple of times. You know, I look at all the places I've traveled to, and it really instills a strong sense of gratitude, where it's a balance of fun time, it's a balance of giving back, it's a balance of spreading the word of service, which is very important for me, because you know I want to change the martial arts industry. That's huge for me. The next thing I do is I'll look through my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Pinterest posts. I'll look at all those different things, and I just want to see where I've been, because once this year is over, I don't look back. I'm not a huge advocate of reflecting. When somebody walks into my school and I want to relive some story of when I was a fighter and a state champion, I don't care for any of that. That's why when you walk into my schools, you won't see a single picture of me. You won't see a single trophy. You won't see any of that stuff. I'm just not big. It doesn't matter what I did yesterday. It's what I do today and tomorrow. And that's just me. That's how I choose to live my life. But as I come to the end of this year, I always like to just kind of take a quick overview and look at it and see all the stuff that went on. I'll go into my Google emails. I'll look at the different relationships, because there were some relationships that were really good, some relationships that were not so good. And as long as I take away a valuable lesson, any of those people I worked with, mentors, business people, vendors, as long as I walk away and I've learned something greater, then I don't want to hold any resentments, any anger, any of that crap, because it's useless. And to hold a resentment towards somebody, to hold anger towards somebody, is allowing them to win twice. You feel me on that? Don't let them win twice. Take the lesson you were supposed to learn and let go of it and move on quickly. Create as much distance between you and that person as possible, you and that consultant as possible, you know, whatever that means. Eliminate it quickly and swiftly. Because I see people often hold on to resentments and harbor stuff, and it slows you down. You allow that person to win again, and they're taking your energy. So please reflect on that as well. Write that list up of everybody you were grateful you met. There's a lot of new people I'm sure you met this year that have enlightened you, empowered you, and helped you in many ways. Well, those are the relationships you want to invest in. Those are relationships you want to build upon. And the ones that were not, please take the lessons you've needed to learn and let go as quickly as you can. You feel me? Another thing I try to go through, and this is important, is I'll go through my cell phone. I'll look at all the pictures I took that never made it to Instagram, Snapchat, things like that, and just say, wow, everything that's done this year, we've done so much. I can only begin. I have one book that's out that's on the international best-selling list, from what I understand, Black Belt Power. If you haven't seen it, get it, download it. A lot of great stories to stand shoulder to shoulder with Bill Superfoot Wallace and Benny Urquidez. Wow. How lucky am I to be in the same book with them? I have 2 of my own books that are just about ready to come out. We're revamping our websites. I was taken to school this year. I've learned so much about web design, writing great content, because I've learned you don't have to know to go. Anybody who's going to come up to me and tell me they're the expert, all they weren't an expert at one point. So anything where you lack in your business, I've really learned this year as I look back. What is it that I've learned? What have I read? What was the value of all that, and why? Why did I choose to read those things? Why did I choose to work with this person as a mentor? My financial situation has changed dramatically this year, and a big impact is learning from Sam On. I'm going to post a testimony for him. He was a big mentor for me this year financially, learning about that. Working with a couple of web designers and learning that I need to communicate better. Web people are a strange breed. They are totally different from us. They work on a different end than us. So to understand their language, to understand what I'm doing, because I'm the one who's accountable, is really, really important. So I've learned a lot about that, and that's just it. I want to hit 2017 running. I want to look at what we did get done. I want to look at what I didn't get done, because there were things that did not get done in 2017. Life is something that happens while you're busy making other plans, as John Lennon says. So I think it's really important to look at that. Look at those lists, and whatever did not happen in 2016, you make sure it gets at the top of your list in 2017 and you execute. I bought my wife a new car this year. That was one of my goals. Paid for it in cash. I was so proud of myself. I know it's not a big deal to some people, but to me, it's part of saying you've arrived, to be able to give things to people. I gave my sister my car yesterday, and I probably could have sold that thing for 10 grand, but to be able to say, here, this is for you. I value you. I give this to you. That made my heart sing. I'm a pretty simple guy. I wear Converse tennis shoes. I like my Gap jeans, and I'm pretty simple. It's doing this with you, making a difference, changing the world. That to me is what makes me rich and empowers me. Just gets me going. Teaching a 2-hour kickboxing class. That's it. So that's what I want you to do. Okay. Let's review. Go through your Facebook, look at everything there, look at the whole history of the whole year, look at everything in your emails, your Google Calendar, check them out. Look at everything personally on your cell phone, everything that, pictures, things like that. And do reflect on those challenging relationships. I really want you to do that, because there were lessons to be learned. I believe God puts challenging people into my life for a reason, for me to learn to be more patient, forgiving, understanding, tolerant. But I'll be darned if I'm going to go into 2017 with a resentment towards anybody. All that's going to do is slow me down. All that's going to do is set me back, and I refuse. So there will be a period just before midnight. I do this every year, where I reflect in gratitude, and I spend that time to think about all the people I'm grateful for, all the people that are in my life. And I'm also going to look at all the people that I don't want in my life. And those people I don't want in my life, I'm going to let go with love, and make sure by 2017 my slate is clean of resentments. My slate is full of the people I'm going to invest relationships into. I'm going to invest more with Sam On, my financial guy, in 2017. I'm going to invest more with my spiritual mentors that I work with, that help me. I'm going to work more with the people that enrich my life, better my life, add to my life. Those people are all going to be there. Cool? So that's it for me, man. Brannon Beliso saying, let's get ready for 2017 right now, because it's time. It's time. Hey, we've got a date already for It's Time. April 8th and 9th in San Francisco. 2 people that are going to be coming aboard and be doing our seminars. One will be Sam On. He's coming out. He's going to teach us how to invest. You know, and we have a whole misconception of how to invest. This guy's got one small school in a bad area of town, 100 students, and he's a multimillionaire. He took that money he made, he learned about the stock market like anybody else can, and he got in there and he invested, and his financial situation is so much different. Talked to Greg Horton, he's done great work with him. So he's coming out to speak on April 9th. I also have Eric Shields coming in. Eric Shields is coming in. He does a lot of web design. We're working with a team now. We're growing that team. We're educating ourselves because honestly, I'm not going to be at the mercy of any marketing company. I hired a full-time marketing person this recently. I'm going to control my destiny. My success is based upon my vision and my action plan. I'm going to be darned, I'm going to just give it up to a marketing company. So, we have Eric Shields coming in. We're going to talk about web design, and I'm calling his seminar, Own Your Website, Own Your Success. You own your website. You control that website. You determine your brand and everything around it. I promise you will be more successful. I am living proof of that. Nobody holds my website hostage. Nobody markets me. Nobody does any of that. That is done strictly by my vision and what I do. You feel me? And we've what? Doubled our revenue in 2 years? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm bringing in Eric Shields. So that's different. Now I'm going to be there as well. I'm going to work on some of the standards we need, curriculum. We're going to work on curriculum and getting that food in your restaurant up to par. I want to spend more time with you on understanding how to write content. I'm a writer. I have 3 books.